What's up, y'all? Well, hope you enjoyed your ride from Knoxville, Tennessee to Daytona. We are now here at Nascar final Daytona 500 practice, and we're going to leave about 45 minutes to have a good time together before the Xfinity race, which will be coming up right after this. We'll be sending you to the Xfinity stream right after we're done here on our channel. Long day of streaming here on the Go with CeeLo, keeping our going here of Speed Weeks and a little bit of college basketball on our channel. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks so much. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is on FS2, and welcome in. Hit that like for us as we're at 49 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Looks like Taylor Gray right now is the leader. Is that right, Bronny? Practice is happening right now. Need to hurry on up. Exactly. We are here right now. So we had a great basketball stream. Our boys won. Tennessee won. So now we're here for this practice. Final Cup practice. Swallowich. This is Xfinity. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. This is not the right one. What's going on here? 1 second. Go here. Live leaderboard. And we'll do it. Let's see. Nope. Still date Xfinity. Hold on a second. Okay, now we're good. We're good now. I was like, what? Taylor Gray. Practice 3. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you, Luis Antonio. Yeah, I had the wrong one on. Sorry about that. I was like, oh, I had the wrong screen on. Tomorrow with 10 laps left in the 500, I will watch the rest on my TV. That's understandable. Unskilled scout. Totally understandable there. Let's see. Brad looks to be the top of the leaderboard on my screen at the moment. Yes, he does. Bowman, Cole Custard. Get that ice cream cone. Justin Allgaier. And who else? Lawson.
Relay, Cole Custer's Ford and Justin Allgaier have the fastest speeds in the draft in this final practice session.
You get a chain of cars right there. Nice tight group, good spacing.
Yeah, it looks like about 15 cars based upon the scoring monitor. It's a big, almost a second difference from 14th to 15th. So 14 cars. So it's, that's what you want though. You want to be able to know what your car has in the middle of the pack. You need to know leading, who's towing that line the fastest. There's so many things that you can run through to understand something better.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're seeing with Blaney right there. He bailed out. I've led this thing. I want to see, I'm either done or I want to see what it's doing back in the back of the pack. Allgaier, same thing.
And this is actually kind of hard because if you slow down too much and you would still want to plan on being in it, it's really hard to get
40 minutes left to practice here. Thank you, Flem Dog.
Josh?
Flem Dog.
Well, we're excited to have IndyCar on Fox this year for the first time. And speaking of IndyCar, I'm here with Scott Dixon over here with Legacy Motor Club, checking things out. So what do you got your eyes on out here? And your guys had some success here at Daytona as well, I know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, I haven't been to the 500 probably for about 10 years, so it's nice to be back. And
Scott
obviously
Dixon,
we just ran the 24-hour here, but excited obviously with the partnership with Fox. But excited to see the race tomorrow. And it actually helps me because they moved the start time up a little bit before we go testing Monday, Tuesday in Sebring. But yeah, coming to see my good friend, Jimmy.
Does this give you the itch to want to hop over and hop in one of these cars?
Yeah, we were just talking about that, trying to work out how I can do my entry for next year.
Well, there you go. We appreciate your time, Scott. Take care.
You heard it here first. A lot going on over at Sebring. IndyCar testing over there. The Trans Am Hall of Fame will launch there next weekend with a nice display of historic cars.
What a wheel man, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, he's just had an amazing
39 minutes to go.
It doesn't matter what he's in. That thing is at the front and winning.
See if we get to 100 likes here.
He's in a lot better shape than you.
RV living. What kind of RV do you got, RV living?
I've still got you covered.
You're literally out of here.
I mean, I've got you covered. No problem.
Out of hair.
That's all right. Now you sound like my kid.
So here's RFK.
Ryan Preece riding together. Busher as well.
Drafting together because Keselowski's car required a lot of repair, and he didn't get a chance to run yesterday, right? So the teammates are out there with him.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a perk of being the boss, too. Hey, I didn't get a chance to go practice with you guys, so now you got to come back out tomorrow and practice with me.
Well, you've got to have enough cars, and with the way that this works in today's world with this car, I mean, you're stacking pennies, and you're adjusting this and you're adjusting that, but we talked about it during the commercial, but when that sun's out, the balance of the car could change a little bit, so that the balance between speed and downforce, and sometimes front downforce to rear downforce, you can move all that around if you really get down to the nuts and bolts of everything that's going on, and you might get something different.
You saw me circle best finish of third. That guy.
No, we don't show the practice.
Will win.
Can't do it. It's illegal.
500 before his career's over. Always aggressive.
Sorry about that.
Always up front.
We never show the broadcast.
Right.
We've never had.
Behind the wheel. Good super speedway racer. Brad in this backup car, just like we saw.
What's up, SGA?
Back last year and won the race.
Well, I think that they need to figure out, now it's time for them to consistently win with that sixth. We saw a crew chief change this year, and I believe, Brad didn't go over there to not have that expectation of multi-race seasons and competing for a championship.
Thank you, buddy.
A car, addition to another car, they're building. It's building blocks over.
And I think that the 17 of Chris Buescher has been better than Brad Keselowski from a consistency, capable of winning. I mean, Brad's been in position to win some races, but they definitely need to pick up the performance from the 6 car.
I agree with that comment, but I also believe in it. Brad's a smart guy.
Not as bad as
He's got a workload, and he's overcome a lot since moving over there. I think that task.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
As RFK, you can't rest on that. It's amazing the job he's done so far.
And Brad's new crew chief, Jeremy Bullins, comes over from Penske, and we know the success they've had on these drafting tracks.
Yeah, they used to ride together. Keselowski and him.
And that's a good catch for him.
Okay, good.
Yeah, like you say, Brad he's done a great job with RFK. They've made their leaps abound.
Buescher and Keselowski here scroll through the field.
But I think that his expectations are higher than that.
That's the problem when you come over and being that good, right? And leaving a place like Penske.
It's like Ty Dillon Allmendinger didn't.
In this final practice for tomorrow's Daytona 500, Brad Keselowski fastest so far.
Keselowski fastest so far. Looks like Willie B the slowest. He's only did 2 laps though. So you can see Barry did 15. He's done 15. Ty Gibbs 13. 14 for Blaney. Of course, you don't see the 2 pole getters out there at all. They're protecting their car. But let's see what. Look at Allgaier. 11 laps, 4th fastest so far in this practice. But Keselowski, Bowman, Custard, Cole Custard. How was the ball game? Hey, we won. We came back from 13 down, so that was good. But appreciate the ones that are here. Didn't leave because I'm not showing the race. Is he in Xfinity? Roger, is Butterbean in Xfinity? I don't think he is. Butterbean Queen is full-time in ARCA, as Bronny says. Is he? He's not doing Xfinity, though, is he? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing his name when we did the Xfinity year in review. But thank you, Danny, for being here. Quick stream here, and then we'll take a little break. And we'll bring back at 3 o'clock. We will bring back the Xfinity race for pre-game, pre-race ceremonies and all that. And then the green flag at 3:30. I believe that's what it's going to happen. But hopefully we'll have a good time during the Xfinity race. They got CW has some cams that I'm just going to look at. I don't know about using. Sucks. Hat Parker didn't get that win, but I did vote for Corey to win, so that worked out, I guess. Right, Steve? I picked Corey Heim to win, too, as well in our preview vlog. Coming up today, I picked Sammy Smith to win, and my dark horse is, I know this is a wild one. This is probably the deepest dark horse I've ever done, but considering his history here, I'm going Harrison Burton in AM Racing. Oh my gosh. That is like the biggest, dark horse like I've ever had. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's a dark horse for you.
80,000 pounds of food waste from landfill. They've also unveiled EV chargers at the track and announced that Chevrolet and Ford battery electric cars will join the NASCAR ABB EV prototype.
So we'll be on at 3
on track.
3:30.
There's the Chevrolet Blazer version.
John, what's up?
in their area, along with a number of Daytona 500 winning cars. Regan?
Well, Mike, just an update on the 40 car. Justin Allgaier, of course, Junior Motorsports making their first start, not only in the Cup Series, but in the Daytona 500 with him. They were one of those cars that did not practice yesterday.
It's on FS2,
Actually
Dylan.
had significant nose damage on the front of that car from his dual race. The first incident, the checkup that happened.
And then from here on, it'll be on streaming services.
They opted to fix that yesterday. So far on the racetrack right now, told the team it feels good to him. Just a little bit of trouble getting the car to suck up to the car in front of him, meaning when he wants to go push the car in front of him, can't quite get there. And I can tell you, Dale Jr., as he has been all weekend long, still here in the garage area. Every time the garage is open, he's been right here with the guys. He was the first guy to the door of that car when Justin came in after his last run.
Justin Allgaier will start from the pole in the Xfinity race later today.
RFK Racing equals Brad Keselowski. That's right,
Dale
Rez.
Jr., who, along with his sister Kelly and Rick Hendrick, JRM Motorsports. Now we're seeing drivers come onto pit road to practice pit road entry, stop, and exit. But Larry, there's a lot more to that than what the driver is doing.
Yeah, Mike, and every time you think you've encountered everything, you encounter something new. A lot of drivers are working on the launch out of the pit box because these engine tuners are tuning these engines differently now because of a lot of part throttle during a run in the race trying to save fuel.
Keselowski still leads.
Mapping with fuel injection through the electronic control unit.
Him and Cole Custer both at 20 laps.
Made it where they're stalling the cars, leaving their pit box. So walking through the garage here this morning, that's a lot of what a lot of these drivers and teams wanted to work on, getting out of the pit box after a pit stop without stalling the race car.
That's really interesting you say that, Larry, and I'm glad that you brought that up. A great point, and it's something that we've caught a lot in those duels, is a lot of people, including experienced drivers,
it's over, Rez.
On the exit.
Yeah, and really what you want to do on that pit launch, as we look at Ryan Preece's feet right here, what do you see here, Clint?
First thing I notice is his heel's not on the floorboard. 500 miles is a long time to hold your foot up, Kev.
Yeah, you see him lift off the throttle right there to get to the back, and now you see him tapping the brake instead of lifting the throttle. This is what we talk about. You have different strategies. I know he's trying to get to the back of this pack, but you see him touching the brake and keeping the throttle wide open just to slow the car down. But if I was watching this,
no, he did not.
And I might tell him this, but I would tell him that he needed to bring his pedal closer to him so his foot doesn't get tired. That looks exhausting, Clint.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. There's two things I used to do. I used to really push on the sideboard a lot on my foot, but it does. In 500 miles, you got to remember, these guys are holding the thing flat to the floor hopefully, until we've saved fuel.
Jeremy G.
You're just holding that pedal constantly.
That was great. You see him catching that car
almost to 100 likes. Help us get there.
To be able to show you how he just tapped the brake to knock a little bit of speed out of the car, and you want to keep your foot on the throttle and just to keep the RPM up and not break that strategy.
There's another thing that I see here is obviously the spring to keep him from dragging that brake, right? That's something that as you're trying to avoid a problem, you always have your foot on the brake, but there's something that you just unconsciously don't realize is dragging the brake.
But let me ask you, in the old days, when we had carburetors on these cars, of course you wanted to keep them wide open because of accelerator pumps and squirter jets and all that. You didn't want that airflow mixture to get confused being on and off the throttle.
That's right.
But with fuel injection, is it that important now?
No. So back in the day, you wouldn't do that. They preach on us all the time, Kevin and I both at RCR. Before fuel injection, you'd run the car
Thank
lean.
you, Troy, for subbing. What's up, Dylan?
Do not do that. Make sure you drag the brake
missed 2 wrecks.
So back then,
it's on FS2, y'all.
Now, because of fuel mapping and all those things, just like Larry was talking about, you can part throttle it, you can lift out of the gas. It doesn't run the thing lean because they can control that.
Good job.
Thanks.
AJ Allmendinger looking back at Ty Dillon and looking at the Digger. That looks like a rough ride. Some of these cars just seem to ride better, smoother than others.
Well, remember, this car's riding a lot smoother than it was the other day. That was the car that had the mirror shaking so bad that we couldn't see out of the camera because the mirror was going back and forth so bad.
The other thing
only 24 cars out there that
all that qualifying stuff
have done anything.
Fuels and the qualifying and all that. They keep getting these cars where they handle better and better. They have more downforce in them now than they have all week long. The other thing, you got to remember, those duels only had half the field on them. When you get back out there with 40 cars out here, you need to have the downforce. Do not get surprised by that.
And that's one thing
You're the
that
100
they're
like
going to get
JB.
surprised by a little bit, because when you put all 40 cars out there, that pack just gets faster and it gets more.
I'm so excited for the new season. Thank you.
It gets
Thank
more
you from
congested.
Germany.
And it just
awesome.
makes it harder as
What's up, Carl?
as everybody gets out there to get
Good to
used
see
to
you,
the speed
Carl.
of the pack.
I said the plan. That's the plan. I didn't say it would have worked.
All right, here's Elio going back out on track. We have some radio after his last run.
We'll let him look at it. The 48's not ready yet.
No, there was nothing to look at it. It was just the steering position. I wasn't comfortable with it. I just needed one more lap, that's all. Let me go around and go back to the pits. It was just the steering position for the first run, and the guy's right behind me. I didn't want to take a chance.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. We'll go down the end of pit road and wait then.
I think he was saying he just wanted to index it, Kevin.
Caster Evans said he just wants to go around.
That's what I took from it, but
He's had a rough day
week.
so far. Last week has been rough for him.
In the duel,
Had a wreck in the ARCA.
accident, and then when the car went down to the apron, it shot back up.
Nascar Raider shot. Danny was the first
ARCA
light.
race. That was lap 3. That was later. And after he finished, crossed the line and finished 5th.
What's up, Ira? Hey,
ride.
thank you for that
Yeah,
cash app.
I've been down here
$2. Thank you,
few
man.
times, as you see.
Thank you so much for that.
Was,
I hope you got my
resume
response
there
back.
of wins, championships, everything
What's
that
up,
we're doing.
Ira?
But this car is totally different than anything that he's ever driven.
27 minutes to go in final practice for the Daytona 500.
All right. Final practice, 27 minutes left in this practice. It's a quick one, but we wanted to do at least one practice. We didn't get to do it yesterday. I had a doctor's appointment that I could not get back to, but wanted to do at least one practice stream. And, you know, we've been streaming all day. We might as well. So, and coming up here in about an hour or so, we're going to do the Xfinity race. We'll have pre-race for you, pre-race ceremonies, and the race. And we'll have it all here on our channel on the CW. The CW, remember, CW all this year. And there's also on the CW, there's free cams. So if you guys want to watch the cams for free, you can do that on the CW, on the app, or on the website. So it's free. It doesn't cost a dime. So make sure you do that. We'll doing the race tonight, Jeffrey. Yes, just like this. So, but yeah, there'll be free cams. There's 4 of them on the CW tonight. So definitely you guys can watch that for free. Just like the NASCAR app was for free. You know how we did it last year? That's how it's going to be on the CW. I'm going to take a look at it first to see how it looks. Then we'll go from there. But right now, this is how we're going to do it. I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys are ready to have a good time tonight. CW also tonight. NXT, Taterhead says. Cup race will be on regular Fox channel. Yes, it'll be on here tomorrow. We'll be on at 11:45 for pre-race through pre-race ceremonies, and then the race starts at 12:30. We'll be on at 11:45 tomorrow for pre-race ceremonies. William, what's going on? Thank you for being that sub. Appreciate you. So 11:45. That stream is not up yet. It'll be up live here today. But 11:45 tomorrow morning, we'll have Daytona 500 coverage, and keep your fingers crossed that we don't get any rain. They bumped up the start time because of the rain. They want to try to get it in. So we'll see how it is. Hit that subscribe, y'all. Hit that like for us. Try to get to 200 likes. We're now at 109 likes. We'll hit that 200 mark. That would be awesome. So 11:45 tomorrow for pre-race ceremonies for the Daytona 500. Unless there's a rain happening, and then we won't go live until we know something. I have a Fire Stick. Is there an app I can download to watch the race on? Jeffrey, the CW should have an app on there. Just double check on that. See if they have an app. If not, we can hang out here, and we'll see how it goes with everything else. But we got about 35 minutes left.
Again, be with us. Let's go back to Thursday night. Oh, it's race day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All the pre-race and the Daytona 500 at
We'll be on at 11:40.
Well,
11:45.
Austin Cindric Eric Jones battled all the way to the flag. Cars crashing behind them. They're coming to the line, but the caution flag came up. And even though Jones was the first car to the line, he was not the lead car at the instant of caution.
Yes.
Austin Cindric was. Regan?
Well, like the car of Eric Jones, you'll see sitting here in the garage area right now. These guys not practicing today. All done. They're happy with what they've seen so far this week, and the crew guys doing the final touches on making this race car perfect for tomorrow's Daytona 500. But take a look at this right here. This picture has been hanging not only on the pit box in here in the garage, but also in the hauler. Everywhere that this team walks, that is the picture that they look at. The Daytona 500, you don't need any more motivation, but these guys right now, they've got more motivation based on what happened Thursday night and wanting to get their driver Eric Jones a Daytona 500 trophy.
First car to the finish line, but the caution lights were on. Sunday, yeah, I'd say they have all the motivation they need. All right, so here's the RFK Fords working their way to pit road.
Trying their pit stops.
Giving each other room. And Priest looked a little fast. Be interesting if he made it down to pit road.
You can go to MRN website, David, or you can listen to it for free on the NASCAR website or NASCAR app.
On the inside. These
MRN is free.
Down. You need to be on the outside
on that
for cars pulling in and out of their boxes.
And this is the important part right here.
Yeah, it's free on NASCAR app or the MRN website.
You'll see a lot of guys give up time out of the pit box because you'll want to get the tires hooked up, launched, and then you got to shift to second gear.
Yeah, they used to do Cubs,
right to that pit road speed, and then if you can get right to it or right over it, come right back to where you need to be. You see him blipping the throttle, coming to pit road, adjusting as you go over the you'll modulate that brake pedal as you go over the bumps. And then you try to get your foot exactly in the right spot to hold that RPM steady.
Trying to get to 200 likes on this stream. If you're here, hit that like for us.
Now you're going to have to.
330 here to help us out.
You may not do it here, but eventually you have to put it in gear as the guys come around the car, and you have to heel toe. He's not going to do it. That would be like filling it for fuel and not.
Well, old buddy, leave him in gear in today's world.
You still got a heel toe to keep the car from rolling off.
Once you stop, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you'll leave it in gear now because you just don't want to get. Or at least that's what I did.
Right.
Left it in gear.
Point is, you can't.
You got to have. You got
to have something on the brake pedal to roll off the jack.
Three pedals. You have 3 pedals and 2 feet. Exactly what you're saying. And everybody had a little different strategy to that and how they position their feet.
If you're just that would be simulating like a green flag pit stop, just taking fuel only. What you saw right there.
5 cars continue to work in a tight draft out there with 21 minutes to go.
All right, 21 minutes to go in this practice. See if we get to that 200 mark before it is over. And coming up after this will be the Xfinity race, and that starts in, let's see here. Xfinity race starts at what time? In an hour, 3:30 Central, 3:30 Central. So an hour from now, we'll be live for pre-race ceremonies for the Xfinity race and all the fun that goes with it. I couldn't see what happened to the cars that was in the accident. I didn't get to watch the race at all. I was doing basketball, but I heard it was a demolition derby of race cars trying to win a race. But Cole was coming in our chat, helping us out. What's up, Tim? Good to see you. Colin says, I couldn't see you. Okay, I read that already. Sorry about that. Cole says, I still can't believe you said he'll be okay in the basketball game while they showed the replay of the wreck. Darnest situation that happened on the live stream today. Yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, some of the cars are in backup cars. Now Helio Castroneves, he is not in a backup car. He didn't have a backup car. They had to repair his car from the wreck. So Dalton says, will you show the race at 5 p.m.? I can't find it on the CW. I cannot show the race on the CW. I'm unable to do that. Brian Hoffman, thank you for that. Becoming a member, rookie member, you're now eligible for all of those emojis. I cannot show the broadcast. It is illegal to show. So, but I will try our best to make it look good for you guys. We've never showed the broadcast ever in our history. How do you watch it on there? It's just the driver cams. Yeah, you can watch it on the CW app. It'll be live on the CW app or the driver cams. It's all free. It's all free. You can watch all of it free. It'll all be on there. Anybody can watch the cams. It's no price. All included. Free. I know, right? A pin message for every single... That's okay. It's all right. Mm-hmm. All right. We got about 18 minutes left.
Number 1 on the charts podcast, Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour, presented by Echo Park Automotive.
It's all good. No, it's all good, Dalton.
Touched on this
it's all good,
earlier,
bro.
Mike, but the Toyota camp, I sure hope it works for them. They're happy with their cars. There's only 2 of them that have been out here in this practice session. A lot of Fords, a lot of Chevys.
Imagine if Justin Allgaier wins the 500. That would be crazy.
Larry Mack, what's going on with this group?
It's called Let's Make a Deal, Mike. Joey Logano's the only Ford out there with those 4 Chevrolets. Joey had an opportunity to leave pit road with some other Fords. He did not. But the Chevys did not want this Ford with them. Coleman Presley's spotter, Joey Logano, convinced, let us go out there and run with y'all. And you know what? If they've been paying attention all week, I'd want to run with that 22 car as well to see how I stack up.
For sure.
Yeah, good point.
He was probably the best pusher and just, well-rounded car that I saw. It didn't matter where he was at. He could do whatever he needed to do.
We did more views in 29 minutes than we did in a 2.5-hour game.
He's calculated. He's
for
aggressive.
basketball.
Joseph does a good job.
When did you come up with this, Joseph?
You think Mr. Busher is going to win this one, Luke?
My memory's not very good, so it could have been in any moment, but sometimes it's just when you know people, you start to get to know them better.
I heard that come out in the truck race last night. It made me chuckle. You guys did a good job.
Bowman the Showman out front on this line here with Castor Neves.
It was a good race. A lot of numbers in that race.
Joey and Allgaier, that 40.
All right, let's
You're going to say Lawson.
Well, it's always great when we can bring multiple worlds together. We got Ryan Blaney down here and Aaron Woods, rugby legend down here. So what's it like crossing worlds over here together?
What do you think? Oh, mate, it's crazy. We get to tackle blokes for a living. See how fast these guys drive. What is it, 180 miles an hour? Mate, no chance in the world. I'd rather tackle the biggest human alive. It's crazy.
It's funny because I'd rather do this than tackle you. So,
I'll tackle you now. It's a lot easier.
You might have to be my security guard tomorrow.
Really? I probably could help you change a few tyres. I reckon get in there, just get it around. But it'd be good fun. Good fun.
Does it make you want to do a little rugby action and take somebody down? I mean, you guys get heated out there on the track, and I've heard you on the radio.
Dude, I'm 5'9" with 140. Like, I'm not taking many people down. I might try, but I'll probably fail. So I just I try to keep it on the racetrack.
5'9", 140.
All that stuff. But no, it was a great day. I think our Menards Peak Ford Mustang was really good. I was really happy with it. So hopefully it transfers to tomorrow.
All right, well, appreciate both your guys' times. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
That's awesome. What a beast. Guy's 6'4", Kev.
Have you
He's 40 a Hendrick motor.
Walked up and down pit road lately? Scott
I think it's RCR.
Walked pit road during the ARCA race, and you can tell who the fuelers are. You can tell who the tire carriers are, because these are big guys that got recruited out of college or maybe out of high school, and they are athletes. They're not just the biggest guy that helps us. He can be the fuel guy. That's the way.
I'm gonna say the big one first now, 10 laps.
These are trained athletes.
It was like the ARCA race today.
Competition, and they're pros. And they're here in our sport on pit road doing it.
Yeah, it used to be a lot of the guys that could drink the most beer. And those days,
exactly what you don't want now.
Those days are over.
Right.
It is.
Trying to get to 200 likes, y'all, on this stream. Help us out.
Those pit stops are so important, and the teams have invested so much into the training, the technology, and everything that it takes to analyze those.
30 is a Hendrick engine. Exactly, Ira. Thank you.
And everything that goes with it, and that's all most of those guys do.
Coming to the pits now.
Pit stops got down in the 9-second bracket. There's
Travelers.
We need big guys.
I changed tires one time, and I'll never forget this. We were at Milwaukee, and Dan Prem Press was driving the truck, and it was like 1997.
Yeah.
And I was a mechanic, and they came in and I went in to change the tire.
They were 49 away, y'all, from 29,000. 49 subs.
Like, you know what? I hope I can drive because this sucks.
Dan Press was a West Coast racing legend. 14 minutes to go in final practice. Still a few cars out there.
All right. Keselowski still, Bowman, Custer, Allgaier, Larson. The ones that are in green are the cars that are on the track. Castroneves and Cody Ware. So we got 1, 2, 3 cars left. Bowman, Castroneves, and that's it. So we got 2 cars. There's probably going to be none when they come back. But Gerald, thanks for the sub. We appreciate you. Thanks so much. It's great speed weeks we've had so far. I know a lot of people say don't say speed weeks because it's only 4 days, but we've had a big, fun time. Even with the Clash 2 weeks ago, we had a good turnout, and I appreciate everybody that has come back to us from last year. The total difference in speed weeks from last year to this year is night and day, so I can't believe it. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I think that's it. There is not a single car on the track. That's it. So the final practice is going to be coming to an end here very shortly. And then CeeLo's going to take a little break, and we'll be back for Xfinity. And y'all will be redirected over there. And when you go over there for the Xfinity stream, make sure you're hitting that like early, get that out of the way, and hit that notification bell so you know when we go on. Now, I don't know if it'll give you a notification because we've already done 3 today, and YouTube only allows so many notifications per day. But make sure you're ready over there. We're going to send you over there after this. Cole says, I feel lucky I got to be part of the Speed Weeks when I was on the Busch team. Yeah, we went to Speed Weeks a couple years ago, and next year our plan is to go to the 500, so there won't be any CeeLo Speed Weeks next year. You'll have more live streams or whatever coverage from there, but that's our plan, to go to the 500 next year. Not sure if it'll happen, but that's our plan. And we're going to go to Atlanta this year, and we're going to go to Nashville this year. So those will be the weeks. You will not see CeeLo. We'll be there instead.
First to the flag in Duel 1. Austin Cindric first at the caution light in Duel 2. Parker Kligerman took the checkered flag in the truck race. Corey Heim got the win after a DQ, and Butterbean is off to the Waffle House.
There's another winner.
Butterbean's off to the Waffle House.
Kyle Larson
take
told
his
me him
trophy.
and Owen won the fishing contest this morning, so that was big. Daryl Gwynn's foundation.
Michigan's awesome place to watch.
He was quick to tell me him and Owen won it.
All right, Reagan.
Well, Mike, as this practice gets closer to wrapping up, I'm going to show you right now one of the most important areas that these teams will go through tomorrow before the Daytona 500. This is the technical inspection area, what you're looking at right now, the underbody scanning station, heights and weights. They check everything on these race cars from top to bottom. They will go through this station first. As you see, Austin Dillon's car, number 3 car, sitting here right now. They're just doing a pre-check. They want to see where their numbers are right now. These teams are going to try to maximize everything that they possibly can. Once they get done at this station here, then they're going to take their cars. They're going to push them over, and they're going to check another part of the race car. The part that they're going to check up the race car is in what we call the optical scanning station.
That is fun,
That
McKay.
is for the overbody sections of the race car. That's where they look at what the body is, if it matches up with all the technical components that NASCAR wants, all the measurements that they have to get from that. Once they finish up in what they call the OSS optical scanning station, then they go back again over to the other side of where they were previously, and they will finally get to hook the shocks in. I can tell you I've seen a number of cars going through here 2 and 3 times today. Every thousandth of an inch is going to matter. That is how critical it is for what they will do for the Daytona 500 tomorrow.
Larry, back when you were a crew chief, they called this the Room of Doom. Is it still the part of this whole process that crew chiefs dread?
Mike, I can answer that honestly, because doing an Xfinity Series car for the last few years, periodically with my son-in-law, Jordan Anderson Racing, calling the race on race day from the pit box is a piece of cake compared to getting the car through that inspection station. It can be strenuous, trust me.
Wow. All in the name of equality and fair competition.
Well, and you have to do it because there's so many smart people in that garage.
Give you a
that
hamster.
You have to try to make
on
it
wheel
fair
winning 500
in some way, shape, or form. And I think when you look at the
Castanev is going to try one more time.
Inspection processes, and that's what makes this so difficult. Is all those little things that matter, because there's not one thing that doesn't matter. It all matters.
Unless you want to do it again.
Larry.
And guys, on this inspection, Mike, you and I, we sat up in this booth for how many years ago? How in the world does a team fail inspection 3 times? I now can say it's really easy to do.
It is.
You fix one thing and it moves something else, and it's just a snowball.
The Goodyear blimps here, that you know you're at a major sporting event when you see that up in the sky. They've been flying for 100 years now. Every aircraft has an
no, it'll
N
take
number.
you over there,
Every aircraft registered
Ira.
in the United
We'll take
States
you over
has
there.
a number that starts with N.
It'll
then
redirect
a combination
you.
of numbers and letters. You know you've been around a while when your number is N24.
Yeah, that was one of the neatest rides that ever. Down here in Daytona, I was able to go for a ride in the blimp, and it was so much fun.
Give you Austin Hill.
The view
All right.
is amazing.
And about your speed.
Yeah, it'll be a new stream.
You're older
we'll
than
redirect
I am,
you.
Kevin. I've rode with you in an automobile.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about age. I just said it was about your speed.
You know how you land that thing? That's
very
sketch.
Very
Have you rode
rarely
in it?
do I see
Hey,
him speechless.
listen to this. This is true. This is what was sketch for me. You land it by driving it straight to the ground. I mean, you'd point that baby down, and you're like, man, are you sure? Seems like our approach is pretty steep. Drove it right to the beach and landed. Awesome.
Kyle Larson and Cliff Daniels talking things over. Now tomorrow on our pre-race, Clint Boyer sits down with his buddy Kyle. Let's give you a preview. Here comes.
All right, so tomorrow we'll be on at 11:45, y'all. 11:45 for Daytona 500 pre-race, and we're looking forward to that, y'all, for the 500. And looking forward to seeing every single one of y'all back here on our channel for that. But the practice is going to be in here in about 7 minutes. Here's Kyle Larson.
It's a bit awkward. It's hard to take him serious with anything, but especially hard to take him serious when he's trying to be serious. So it's a struggle, you know, but you know, it's part of our job to put up with guys like that. So, but no, it's fun. You know, he's a fun person to be around, whether he's being serious or he's being Clint. So I had fun with the interview, and like I said, I tried to take it as serious as I could.
I can't wait to see it. Well, how was the car? I know you guys practiced yesterday. We're looking for some more speed. How'd you feel about today?
I felt better about it today for sure. Yesterday I felt like draggy and my balance was just tight. Today felt more closer to normal. Like balance-wise, I think everybody gets a little bit tight off of turn 4. I had some of that. I didn't really have it off of turn 2. And I felt like, you know, I could hang on to the draft today, you know, even when I was in the back of it. So I feel like we made our car better. And yeah, I think now, you know, even if things were like they were yesterday, I think you're going to be fine in the race. But
Hendrick Motorsports.
I do feel more confident about our car
and all
now,
those people
so,
in the window.
Yeah, it's still just a super speedway, so
waiting
still
on
gonna have to try and
Lawson.
position yourself towards the front. You know, execute good green flag stops, and cross your fingers and hope you miss the wreck. So yeah, we'll try our best tomorrow, and look forward to it.
Appreciate your time. Kyle Larson looking to finally break through here at Daytona.
Thanks, Josh.
All those
Still
people
a couple
are
of cars
mad,
on track
probably.
practicing the pit road entry and exit are Justin Allgaier and Elio Castroneves.
All right, so Allgaier and Castroneves are still out there, but I think we'll call it a night right here because it's about to be over here in about 5 minutes or so. We got a little break. We'll be back in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes for pre-race ceremonies for the rest of the thing. So thank you guys so much for attending the last final practice of the Daytona 500. Looks like Keselowski, Bowman, Coaster. Bowman's back out there as well. Allgaier practicing pit stops. But I don't know if you guys have been to Daytona in the infield where they have the fan zone. Really cool area where you can get autographs from the drivers. There's a window and you can put your little whatever underneath it and they sign it. You can see into the garages and stuff too as well. So, but it's a pretty cool spot. If you've never been into the Daytona International Speedway's fan zone, I recommend it. Getting it 100%. Definitely getting it if you're there. So, thank you guys so much for so far today. We'll see you here in about 45 minutes for pre-race ceremonies and all that good stuff live from Daytona. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stick right here. You'll be redirected to the new stream. So thank you guys. Thank the lovely wife again, everything that she does. I want to thank my mods for moderating, my members for their hard-earned money, and you for watching. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. We'll see you in a bit. 45 minutes. Peace.